Have you ever done something you thought was healthy, like eating a fresh banana or starting your morning with orange juice, and later learned it might have been silently damaging your kidneys? It's a frightening thought, isn't it? Every day, millions of people wake up believing their healthy habits are protecting them, when in reality, those very choices may be pushing their kidneys closer to failure. You won't feel it happening. There's no pain, no warning light, just a slow, invisible decline until one routine blood test suddenly shows that your creatinine has crept up and half of your kidney function is already gone. But here's the truth. Most doctors never say out loud, kidney decline doesn't start in hospitals, it starts in kitchens, in fruit bowls, and in breakfast tables all across America. It begins with good intentions colliding with hidden science. That's why so many people who eat clean are shocked when their labs tell a different story. Now, before you panic, take a deep breath, because there is hope. In this video, I'm going to show you how a few simple changes to what you eat, and especially the fruits you choose, can protect your kidneys, lower creatinine naturally, and help restore the filtering power you were born with. These aren't exotic superfoods or expensive supplements. They're everyday fruits you probably already have in your kitchen, just use the right way. So stay with me, because once you understand the hidden danger behind some healthy fruits and the four that can actually heal your kidneys, you'll never look at your breakfast the same way again. I'm Dr. Mark Ellis, and what you'll hear today could be the difference between slowing kidney damage and reversing it for good. You know what's fascinating? The foods that make us feel proud, the ones we post on Instagram and label clean, can sometimes be the very reason our kidneys start to weaken. I've seen it countless times in my clinic. A patient walks in, eyes full of confusion, holding a lab report that shows rising creatinine. But Dr. Ellis, they say, I don't eat junk. I start every morning with fruit, 2 bananas, a glass of orange juice, sometimes a slice of melon. They think they're nourishing their body. In reality, they're flooding it with minerals their kidneys can no longer process. Here's what most people never hear once kidney function begins to slip even slightly. The body's ability to clear potassium drops fast. When potassium builds up, it's like an electrical storm inside your bloodstream. Your heart starts to lose rhythm. A single spike can trigger dangerous arrhythmias in minutes. And bananas. They pack nearly 420 milligrams of potassium each. For a struggling kidney, that's like pouring gasoline on a smoldering fire. But potassium isn't the only villain hiding behind the healthy label. There's phosphorus, often disguised in processed fruit cups, dried fruit snacks, or even fortified juices. High phosphorus doesn't just strain your kidneys, it hardens your arteries, turning flexible blood vessels into fragile pipes. Studies in the Journal of Renal Nutrition show that people with elevated phosphorus have a 38% higher risk of cardiovascular complications. Think about that. Something as innocent as a handful of dried fruit can quietly stiffen your arteries day after day. And then comes fructose, the natural sugar that gives fruit its sweetness. In healthy amounts, it's fine. But in large concentrated doses, like in fruit juices or smoothie bowls, it fuels inflammation inside kidney tissue. A 2019 study in diabetes care found that high fructose diets accelerate the decline of kidney filtration by 28% compared with low fructose diets. That means every extra glass of healthy juice could be shaving years off your kidney's lifespan without you ever feeling it. Now imagine this, your kidneys are like 2 overworked employees cleaning up every mess your body makes. When you overload them with these minerals and sugars, it's like dumping twice the workload on the same 2 people and expecting them to smile. They can't complain, they just keep filtering until one day they collapse from exhaustion. That's when your creatinine suddenly spikes and the doctor tells you something is off. If this sounds a little too close to home, you're not alone. Have you ever caught yourself thinking, but I eat healthy, why am I still tired, swollen, or foggy? Leave a comment below, because I read everyone. The truth is, most people don't need fewer fruits, they just need the right ones used in the right way. But knowing this alone isn't enough, because there's another hidden factor, one that's even more dangerous than potassium or sugar. And understanding it could completely change how you see every fruit you eat. Stay with me, because what comes next may surprise you. And this is where the story turns from danger to recovery. Because while some fruits silently drain your kidneys, others act like quiet guardians. The first one is so ordinary that most people overlook it every single day: the apple. Simple, crisp, familiar. Yet inside that humble peel lies one of nature's most effective kidney protectors. I still remember a patient named Linda, a retired nurse who came to me exhausted and frustrated. Her creatinine had climbed for 3 straight checkups, and she was terrified of ending up on dialysis. When we reviewed her diet, she was doing everything right, except for one thing: she'd cut out all fruit. "I heard fruit is bad for kidneys," she said. I smiled and told her, "Some are, but not all." Let's start with apples. Why apples? Because they deliver fiber in a form your kidneys love. The secret is a soluble fiber called pectin. Pectin binds to phosphorus and toxic waste in your intestines, escorting them out of your body before they ever reach your kidneys. Think of it as hiring a cleanup crew that works before the mess gets to the filters. A study in the American Journal of Kidney Diseases found that people consuming just 25-30 grams of fruit fiber a day improve phosphorus control by 23% compared with low-fiber diets. That's a measurable difference you can see in real lab results. But apples don't stop there. Their skins are loaded with quercetin and chlorogenic acid, 2 antioxidants proven to reduce inflammation markers by up to 35% in patients with kidney stress, free radical biology and medicine. These compounds calm the microscopic fires that scar kidney tissue and quietly destroy filtration over time. The key, though, is the peel it off, and you lose nearly all of that protection. Apples also have a naturally low glycemic index, around 30-40, releasing sugar slowly instead of shocking your bloodstream. That means fewer glucose spikes, steadier blood pressure, and less strain on those delicate kidney vessels. For anyone managing diabetes-related kidney issues, that's a priceless advantage. And remember Linda. 3 months after making apples her daily ritual, 1 medium apple with the peel eaten slowly after breakfast, her creatinine dropped from 1.8 to 1.5. Her energy returned. The swelling in her ankles disappeared. "I never knew something so simple could make such a difference," she told me. So if you're looking for an easy starting point, make it this 1 whole apple a day. Peel on consistency over perfection. It's not a miracle pill. It's a small daily promise that compounds over time. But just knowing the power of apples isn't enough, because the next fruit on this list isn't just safe, it's a cellular powerhouse that can slow kidney aging itself. Its deep blue color hides compounds so potent that scientists call them nature's anti-inflammatories. Stay with me because this next one might surprise you. If apples are your everyday armor, then blueberries are your secret weapon. They may be tiny, but inside those deep blue skins lies chemistry powerful enough to slow kidney aging at the cellular level. I often call them the silent guardians because while they don't make big promises on a label, they quietly go to work where the damage really begins inside your cells. Let me tell you about a man named Robert, a 64-year-old retired teacher, former athlete, who came to me feeling sluggish and frustrated. His labs showed a GFR slowly dipping every year despite a low-salt diet and medication. When I asked about his breakfast, he smiled proudly. "Doctor, every morning 2 bananas and an orange smoothie." I gently replaced that habit with half a cup of blueberries 4 days a week. Just one small swap. Within 3 months, his filtration rate stabilized for the first time in years. No new medication, no expensive supplements. The difference came from the anthocyanins, the natural pigments that give blueberries their rich color. These compounds cross the blood-kidney barrier and neutralize inflammation at its source. A groundbreaking study in the Journal of Agricultural and Food Chemistry showed that anthocyanins reduced kidney-damaging inflammatory cytokines by 47% in only a few weeks of regular intake. That's not just nutrition, that's repair in motion. Blueberries are also extremely low in potassium, only about 57 milligrams per half cup, and their phosphorus content is practically 0. That makes them one of the safest fruits even for people with stage 3 or 4 chronic kidney disease. Plus, they improve insulin sensitivity, helping control blood sugar, a critical piece of the kidney protection puzzle. Research from Nutrition Research found that blueberry consumers had 23% better long-term blood sugar control than non-consumers. Stable glucose means calmer blood vessels and less pressure on your filtration system. But here's the best part: you don't need them fresh off the vine. Frozen blueberries retain almost all their antioxidants, so convenience doesn't kill the benefit. Add them to yogurt, oatmeal, or just eat them plain. The key is consistency, not perfection. And while Robert's story is inspiring, it's not unique. Thousands of patients worldwide have seen the same quiet transformation simply by choosing these little blue gems a few times each week. Imagine giving your kidneys a microscopic shield, one that fights oxidative stress, stabilizes blood sugar, and soothes inflammation, all for less than the cost of a cup of coffee. Now, you might be thinking, if something this small can make that much difference, what happens when we add a fruit that actively helps the kidneys heal? Because there is one. Its skin is rich crimson, its secret compound turns on your body's repair genes, and it has been linked to measurable reversals in kidney decline. But only if you know how to use it. Stay with me because this next fruit might just redefine what healing really means. If blueberries are your kidneys' quiet guardians, then red grapes are their repair crew, the ones that actually rebuild what's been damaged. The deeper the color, the stronger the medicine, and inside those ruby and purple skins lives one of nature's most underrated healing compounds, resveratrol. I'll never forget Thomas, a 67-year-old former engineer, who came to me after being told his kidney decline was inevitable. His GFR was 48, his blood pressure borderline high, and he had almost given up hope. Instead of adding another prescription, we added one small ritual, a handful of red grapes with lunch skins on 3 times a week. It sounded too simple, but science said otherwise. Resveratrol works like a molecular switch for self-repair. It activates a group of proteins called sirtuins, particularly SIRT1, which help protect and rejuvenate kidney cells under stress. Think of it as flipping your body's internal healing mode. When sirtuins turn on, inflammation quiets down, DNA damage is repaired, and the microscopic filters inside your kidneys, your nephrons, get a chance to regenerate. A study published in Kidney International found that patients with chronic kidney disease who consumed resveratrol, equivalent to eating a small bunch of red grapes, daily improved kidney function by 22% in just 6 months. That's not maintenance, that's measurable reversal. And there's another layer to this story. Red grapes are packed with polyphenols, natural antioxidants that protect your blood vessels, the very highways that deliver oxygen and nutrients to your kidneys. When those vessels stay flexible, your filtration improves. When they harden, it collapses. Grapes keep them young. Even their water content, nearly 84%, plays a gentle role. It hydrates the body without overloading your system. It's nature's balanced hydration, something patients with kidney stress desperately need. But there's one rule: portion and color matter. Too many grapes at once can spike blood sugar, undoing some of their benefit. Stick to 15-20 red or purple grapes 2 to 3 times a week, and always keep the skin. That's where resveratrol lives. The darker the grape, the richer the protection. I often tell my patients color equals chemistry. After 3 months, Thomas returned. His GFR had climbed to 54. His energy was back. He said, "Doctor, I didn't think food could reverse anything." I smiled. It doesn't, your body does. The food just gives it the tools. So the next time you crave something sweet, skip the processed snacks and reach for a small bowl of red or purple grapes. Every bite is like sending repair signals to your kidneys, one cell at a time. But only knowing this still isn't enough, because the final fruit in this healing lineup might surprise you most of all. It's tropical golden and often dismissed as dessert, yet its unique enzyme has the power to break down inflammation and lower creatinine naturally. Stay with me, because this next one may just change everything you thought you knew about kidney healing. And now we come to the most unexpected hero of them all, the golden fruit that almost no one associates with kidney repair. Pineapple. Bright, tropical, sweet, and if you know how to use it, one of the most kidney-friendly foods on the planet. For years, people have avoided it, thinking it's too sugary, when in truth, pineapple contains something no other fruit offers in such powerful form: bromelain, an enzyme that helps dissolve inflammation from the inside out. I first met Eleanor, a 72-year-old retired piano teacher who came to me constantly bloated and fatigued. Her creatinine was climbing, her ankles were swollen, and she felt trapped in a cycle of pills and restrictions. Instead of giving her another supplement, I told her to do something simple: add half a cup of fresh pineapple to her lunch 3 times a week. She looked at me like I'd lost my mind. 3 months later, her swelling was gone, her creatinine had dropped by 0.3 points, and she could finally wear her wedding ring again. Here's why it worked. Bromelain acts like a natural cleanup enzyme. It breaks down inflammatory proteins that clog kidney tissue and slow filtration. A study in Biotechnology Research International found that bromelain supplementation reduced kidney-related inflammatory markers by 42% while improving overall renal function. Unlike synthetic anti-inflammatory drugs that strain your kidneys, bromelain works with your body gently clearing the battlefield rather than waging a new war. That's not all. Pineapple is also rich in vitamin C, about 78 milligrams per cup, which provides antioxidant armor against free radicals that attack kidney cells. Together, bromelain and vitamin C form what I call a clean and shield system. One clears the debris, the other defends the walls. Plus its naturally low potassium content, roughly 180 milligrams per cup, less than half of a banana, makes it a safe, hydrating choice, even for those with stage 3 or 4 CKD. And unlike harsh pharmaceutical diuretics, pineapple encourages a balanced urine flow, gently helping your body release excess fluid without dehydration or electrolyte loss. You'll notice less puffiness in your face, lighter feet, and clearer energy through the day. But here's the catch: it has to be fresh. Pineapple not canned or pasteurized. Heat destroys bromelain, so buy it whole, slice it yourself, and include a bit of the fibrous core. That's where the enzyme is most concentrated. Half to 1 cup 2 or 3 times per week is enough to make a difference. Eleanor still calls it her sunshine therapy. And she's right, it tastes like summer, but it works like medicine. So now you know, apples protect blueberries, stabilize red grapes, repair, and pineapple renews. 4 simple fruits, when used with rhythm and consistency, can do more for your kidneys than most people ever realize. But just knowing which fruits to eat is only half the story, because the real secret lies in how you use them, the timing, the rotation, and the daily habits that either build or break your kidneys over time. And that's what we're about to uncover next. Stay with me. The next part may be the key that ties it all together. So now that you know which 4 fruits protect your kidneys, the question becomes, how do you actually use them? Because healing isn't about random choices, it's about rhythm. Your body thrives on consistency, on predictable patterns that tell it when to rest, when to repair, and when to release waste. That's why I teach all my patients the same simple system, the 7-day fruit rotation. Think of it as giving your kidneys a week-long melody of nutrients, antioxidants, and gentle detox, all without overload. Here's how it works. On Mondays and Thursdays, start with apples. 1 medium apple peel eaten slowly with breakfast or lunch. It's your fiber and toxin-binding day, a gentle reset for your gut and kidneys. On Tuesdays and Fridays, switch to blueberries. Half a cup fresh or frozen, stirred into oatmeal or yogurt. These are your inflammation control days, where anthocyanins go to work soothing microdamage inside the nephrons. On Wednesdays, bring in red or purple grapes, about 15 to 20 pieces. This is your repair day, the moment resveratrol flips on your body's sirtuin switches and activates cellular regeneration. And on weekends, treat yourself to pineapple. Half to 1 cup of fresh chunks, core included. This is your renewal phase, when bromelain clears the buildup and vitamin C protects the fresh cells forming underneath. This rhythm isn't just poetic, it's physiological. By rotating fruits, you deliver a variety of anti-inflammatory compounds without overloading potassium, phosphorus, or fructose on any single day. Studies show that nutrient cycling improves absorption and lowers metabolic stress by up to 18% compared with repetitive diets. In other words, variety isn't just nice, it's protective. I remember a man named Mark, 68 years old, who followed this exact rotation. He pre-cut his fruits on Sunday, stored them in glass containers, and made it part of his morning ritual. After 3 months, his creatinine dropped from 1.9 to 1.5. He told me, "Doctor, it feels like my body finally caught its rhythm again." That's exactly the goal, to let your kidneys breathe, recover, and find their natural balance. And if you want to take it one step further, combine this rotation with mindful habits. Drink clean water throughout the day, limit added salt, moderate protein intake, and get 15 minutes of sunlight for natural vitamin D support. The food is the foundation, but the lifestyle is the structure that keeps it standing. Still, as powerful as this fruit rhythm is, there's one final truth most people overlook, a factor so common and so silent that it can undo months of progress if ignored. Stay with me, because in the next section, we'll uncover the everyday habits that either protect your kidneys for life or quietly destroy them one day at a time. The truth is, even the best fruits in the world can't save your kidneys if the rest of your lifestyle keeps breaking them down. Healing doesn't happen in isolation. It's the sum of small, steady choices you make every single day. Your kidneys are like two silent workers who never complain, but they remember every shift you make harder for them. Every salty meal, every sleepless night, every extra cup of coffee, it all adds up. Let's start with sodium because it's the most common trap. You may think, I don't add salt, so I'm fine. But hidden sodium is everywhere in breads, sauces, canned soups, even healthy salad dressings. Too much salt pulls water into your bloodstream, raises blood pressure, and forces your kidneys to push harder against that pressure just to keep up. The New England Journal of Medicine found that cutting daily sodium by just 1,000 milligrams reduced kidney-related blood pressure strain by 27% in older adults. That's the difference between steady filtration and slow decline. Then there's protein overload, something the fitness industry never talks about. Yes, protein is vital, but for people with declining kidney function, too much can backfire. When your body breaks down protein, it leaves nitrogen waste that your kidneys must clear. Overdo it, and that waste piles up like toxic dust. The sweet spot for most adults with early CKD around 0.8 grams per kilogram of body weight, spread throughout the day instead of one massive serving. Balance keeps the filters steady. Hydration is another silent hero, but it's not about drowning yourself in water. Your kidneys don't need floods. They need flow. Aim for light-colored urine, not constant bathroom trips. Think steady sips instead of giant gulps. It's about rhythm, not volume. And don't forget sleep and stress, the invisible enemies. Chronic stress spikes cortisol, narrowing blood vessels and reducing blood flow to your kidneys. Poor sleep disrupts the same repair hormones that your kidneys depend on to regenerate. One study from the National Institutes of Health showed that adults sleeping fewer than 6 hours per night had a 35% faster decline in GFR over time. So yes, your pillow is as important as your plate. Now imagine putting all of this together. Steady hydration, moderate protein, low sodium, restful nights, gentle movement each day. You'd be amazed how your energy stabilizes, your swelling fades, and your labs begin to shift in the right direction. It's not magic. It's biology finally given space to breathe. But knowing these habits only matters if you act on them, because there's one final truth that ties everything together. It's the mindset that determines whether your kidneys simply survive or truly heal. And that's what we'll uncover next, the closing message that could redefine how you see your health forever. Don't miss it. If you've made it this far, it means you truly care about your health, and that already sets you apart. Most people wait until it's too late before they start fighting for their kidneys. But you're choosing to learn to act and to protect the body that's carried you this far. And I want you to know I see you and I'm proud of you for that. Remember, your kidneys aren't fragile. They're resilient. They've carried you through years of stress, poor sleep, missed meals, and long days, and they're still here fighting for you. All they're asking now is that you meet them halfway with better choices, small, consistent steps, and a bit of patience. Healing isn't about perfection. It's about persistence. Every apple you eat, every handful of blueberries, every night you choose rest over stress, those choices matter more than you can imagine. So here's what I want you to do. Save this video so you can come back to it whenever you need a reminder, and subscribe to the channel right now. Every week I release new science-based medical insights to help you care for your kidneys, manage your creatinine, and take control of your health naturally without confusion or fear. And when you subscribe, you're not just joining a channel, you're joining a community that believes in knowledge, prevention, and hope. Because here's the truth, your body is designed to heal when you give it the right support. You are never powerless. No matter what your lab results say today, there is always something you can do starting now to protect your kidneys and restore balance to your life. So keep learning, keep caring, and keep believing. I'm Dr. Mark Ellis, and I'll see you in the next video where we'll take another step together towards stronger kidneys and a healthier, longer life. Until then, take care of your body, and it will take care of you.